Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. Yesterday throughout, I was unable to make some news because I was traveling, from the north. I went to the north, I went to Lagos. So for the past 2 days, I've been traveling. Because of that, I didn't see a chance to do some videos that I'm supposed to do. So a lot have been happening in Nigeria for these past 2 days. I think some of them you are aware of them, but there are some that we are going to talk about, especially the issue of a Sharia panel that hold their first public sitting in Ekiti State to resolve marriage dispute. Okay, we are going to look into that. But before we go into the details, I want to share with you my experience yesterday, what happened yesterday. I think it's so unfortunate and I want to share it with you. It is important because most of the time, I also agree that the system in this geographical place called Nigeria, that the system has eaten a lot of people up. So because of that, there are a lot of manipulation, corruption among people, more than among the government. Yes, I mean this. Now, let me give you part of the experience that took place yesterday. So why going back to the southeast yesterday from Lagos? So I decided to board the Sienna because I think they are more faster. If you couldn't take the flight, or maybe there is no schedule for the flight, the next option you could take is just the Sienna because it runs faster than maybe other buses. So I decided to go to a park. So when I got there, they were loading actually, and inside the Sienna, they were like 3 people sitting inside. Sienna has 2 seats and 1 person in the front. So the 2 seats just 3-3-1. So it's only 7 passengers the Sienna could carry. Now, there were already 3 persons sitting there. So I said, okay, since 3 persons are already here, that was after 5 in the morning, like 5:28 a.m. I said, okay, no problem. These 5 persons that were sitting in the 3 persons that were sitting in the Sienna, I will be the 4th person. So let's just wait for another 3 persons. Maybe before 6 we could depart. So persons started coming, people started coming. So I discovered that when 2 people arrived, plus me, that is 3, we're supposed to be 6. But the 3 people inside the Sienna, they stood up, they left. So it was later I was asking, why are they leaving? Is there any problem? So I was getting worried for these people to leave, meaning they have discovered that there could be an issue with the bus or the Sienna. I said, okay, no problem. Let me try to ask people around. It was one lady that just whispered to me, no, those people were sitting there in the bus so that you people could join them. Because if there is nobody in the bus, people will not see them. So they have to use that tactics to sit in the bus. You will be thinking that the Sienna is about to feed up. Then when you enter, they will leave. Then other people will come and meet you there. I say, this is bullshit. It's not fair. This is, I don't know the adjective I will use to qualify it, but it's a kind of fraud. It's part of the corruption we are talking. So where is the dignity? Where is the integrity? And the same people will still criticize that government is this, government is that. What I discovered is that the system has already, eaten up a lot of people. And I confronted the driver, when we were thinking that we are about to depart. I never knew that we could even stay up to 10 o'clock before we depart. So it's not a funny thing that yesterday. And, if you have followed the Nigerian rules, you know how stressful it is. Every checking point, you will give. I took some videos, okay? You will give policemen road safety. So they just need money to eat. They just need money. Whether you are carrying drugs, you are carrying anything, they are not interested. They are only interested in that 200. So the whole system, everything in Nigeria is totally gone. Both the mentality of the people in Nigeria is totally corrupt. Where do we start? Where do we start? Anyway, it is what it is. All right, let's go back to the issue of the Sharia panel that holds their first public sitting in Ekiti State to resolve marriage issues. It happened on 22nd of January 2025. That is 2 days ago, okay? Now, what happened? Let's go through this article and let us analyze the effect of this thing, the disadvantage and the advantage, okay? They used to say that everything that has disadvantage will have advantage, and everything that has advantage will also have disadvantage. Now, let's go through the article. Stay with me. It reads that the Independent Sharia Arbitration Panel in Ekiti State has held its first public sitting at the popular Oba Central Mosque, Ado, Ekiti. It was confirmed to Sahara reporters by residents of the state and Professor Isaac Akintola, the executive director of the Muslim Rights Concern, an Islamic human rights organization, stating that inaugural sitting of the Sharia panel was held last Thursday. Last Thursday, okay? That was when the panel was constituted. Sharia reporters learned further that the panel was presided over by three Qadishi Imam, Abdullahi Abdul Mutalib, Imam Abdulrahman Junait Bamigbonda, and Dr. Ibrahim Abdullahi Ogunrinde, who entertained two marriage-related disputes. During the first trial, the head of the panel, Imam Abdullahi Abdul Mutalib, announced that the dispute between the couple was resolved through a consent judgment. This resolution was facilitated by the earlier interventions from the family members, which paved the way for a peaceful settlement. But the panel adjourned the second trial till January 30 for a continuation hearing. The case involved allegations by a wife accusing her husband of neglecting his marital responsibility. The panel explained that the adjournment would allow additional investigation to ensure a fair decision. The sitting of the panel came amid a series of opposition from groups against the implementation of Sharia law in the southwestern region of Nigeria. One of the groups in the United Kingdom and Europe branch of Yoruba Social-Cultural Group, Afenifere, otherwise known as UK Afenifere. The group strongly rejected the clamor for some Muslims for the establishment of Sharia law in the southwest region. Stay with me. The group cautioned those clamoring for the establishment of Sharia law in the southwest to immediately desist from such acts to avoid disunity among the Yoruba people. The group said Yoruba people are too intelligent and enlightened to be gaslighted along religious divides. The group added that predominantly Yoruba southwest is distinct from the northern region, where Muslims are in majority. End of the article. Now, stay with me. Let us discuss about this. All of you knew how people were trying to resist this implementation of Sharia law in the southwest region. You all are aware how Makinde, the governor for your state, rejected the proposal to establish it on 11th of January. Thereafter, in Osun State, people were rejecting it. But former governor of Osun State and one senior advocate of Nigeria has carried the matter in their head and said they must implement Sharia in the state. As if that is not enough. Now, they have started in Ekiti State. What is the advantage and what is the disadvantage of this? Now, can they go to customary court, Nigerian court to do it? Why do they choose to do this thing with Sharia court? Now, this is Ekiti State. I want to ask you a question for you. For those of you who don't understand the implication of all these things. Now, if, as they said, they have adjourned the sitting, at the end of the sitting, maybe the person was now sentenced to prison. Who is going to enforce the judgment? This is where the problem comes. How are they going to enforce the judgment, and who is going to enforce the judgment of the Sharia court? Who? The Hizbah, Sharia police. So, since there is a court there, meaning there is a jurisdiction there, there is already a jurisdiction that these people can do this and they can enforce it. Because if there is no enforcement of the law, there is no need for you to set up a panel of court. Because after the judgment of the court, you could ask a law enforcement agency to enforce it. So who are the law enforcement agency? That is the Hizbah police. Now it has started. Did anyone oppose them? No. And it will go little by little. You know why this thing is so serious and so damaging? Is because the Constitution of Nigeria, apart from Sharia is supposed not to be in the Constitution. Obasanjo traded Sharia into the Constitution because he wanted a smooth presidency or a presidential journey of his political journey. Let me do this thing for you, and you will do this thing for me. So after that, what happened again? He gave them the Sharia law into the Constitution and asked them to put it personal. In other words, everybody must not obey it, even though it's in the Constitution. Blatant error, constitutional error. Now, today they want to force it on people. And the Constitution stated that it is for the 12 northern states. 12 northern states, but today it is not part of the 12 northern states. And everybody is keeping quiet as if there is nothing going on. Something is going on. And there is nothing you people would do to stop all these issues. It is going to happen, and it will be clear to your eyes. So they have started. Tell me, who is going to stop them in Ekiti State? From Ekiti. It was Oyo State, we are rejecting it. We never knew that they have constituted it in Ekiti State. People could say, no, it's the part of their religion. They choose to do it in their own way. If you choose to do it in your own way, How come you send people to prison in a sovereign country? You send people to prison without the government constitution, without the government law. You send people to prison. What about the church? It's like, maybe in the church now you did not come to church 2 Sundays. The church will now constitute their court, judge you, pass the judgment and put you to prison. It means we don't have a country. Meaning everything I've been saying right from time, it's like I'm being vindicated by it. This is not a country, and no country should go in this way. No country should go in this way. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Take a listen to the rest of this video.
To understand, we are not the same people. The North and South are not the same. The British understood. That's what they are doing indirect, and they deliberately march us so that we can continue to fight like this, and they can continue to take our resources away. To be extreme, for me, if you look at Sudan, or we have now North Sudan, South Sudan, I think we should have Northern Nigeria and Southern. Then they can practice whatever they want. There's no dialogue because they will not stop. I've told you it may take 1,000 years. They will still do it. But if you let everybody go their way, maybe you have the North, they remain there, and you have the sovereignty down south, then you can do what you want. But if you remain and you think you can talk to your Jersey and people that don't care about anything, it will happen. It took hundreds of years before Turkey, Constantinople, Istanbul was converted completely today. And if you look at history will tell you that you cannot assuage these people. Who owns those banks? I did a lot of research, and I want our audience to go and find out the owner of Taj. It's either we stay together or people should mind their religion and stay where they are and practice what they want. Imposing it on others is wrong. I study Islam, and I don't want to talk blasphemy here. If I start talking about Islam in the next 3 hours, we will not live here.
No, we don't want you to talk blasphemy either.
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits that kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.